What's good, guys? It's Joshua, and today I'm going to be bringing you another Dragon Ball Super review of episode 102, Power of Love Explodes, Universe 2's Magical Witch Warriors. Alright, so I should probably go ahead and get like my mini rant out of the way now before I actually start talking about what happened in the episode and what was going on. Alright, so I'm going to start off with saying that this episode really wasn't that great. I mean, I enjoyed the second half of the episode, definitely, because it was like, action packed. And, I'm not really a person that only look for action or whatever. I just felt like the start of this episode was really boring, and to me, it was a joke. I also want to, rant on the reuse of animation. Now, I never complain about the reuse of animation, but I just think that it was repetitive in this episode, especially with them always cutting back to the God of Destruction of Universe 2 when she was explaining the Warriors and what their power was like and everything. It's just they kept using the same animation over and over and over and over again, and it was pretty annoying, dude. Like, to me, like I'm a lenient guy when it comes to things like that. And I often, don't find myself complaining, but now it's just like they reuse that same clip like over several times. I'm okay with the whole Vegeta versus Brienne thing. I mean, even though it was in the intro, it was still pretty good. So I'm okay with that, but it's just the fact that they kept reusing the animation for the God of Destruction of Universe 2 with her scenes or whatever. So I don't know, it was just pretty annoying. And I'm tripping over my words, but forgive me for that, but it was still pretty annoying. Alright, so the episode starts off with the Omni King swiping through the universes of the God Pad, and they stopped at Universe 11, and they only have 4 warriors left. But as you know, it's not going to be easy to take them out, especially with Jiren being on their side. I mean, Toppo is pretty strong, but I feel like he's going to get like knocked out soon. And Dispo, the rabbit-looking guy that looks like Beerus, I feel like he's going to be knocked out soon as well. And then we get a shot of Brienne, who's calling for Sanka and Su to show their power. So then we jump over to Goku 17 and 18, and Goku is thanking 17 and 18 for the help, but 18 mentions thank them after the tournament, and then Goku starts looking for Jiren to fight with him and everything. And then you hear Brienne calls the Warriors to attention, so she now has everyone's attention, and they proceed to undergo the transformation. And this scene really felt like Sailor Moon. I feel like it was a reference. I mean, if you're a fan of Sailor Moon, you're gonna enjoy this episode a lot. I mean, that's just my opinion. So as they're transforming, they're going through like the names and everything, all the little sparkly glitterous hearts and everything flying everywhere. 17 shoots a beam interrupting their transformation, which I thought was pretty cool. And I also felt like this was a shot, or maybe a little joke at the fact that the Warriors in Dragon Ball Z always allow their enemies to power up, and it's almost like, well, while they're powering up, why don't you just take them out? So I felt like that was the reason why 17 did that. So once he interrupted them, Brienne, Su, and Sanka starts barking at him and yelling at him, saying how could he disrespect them like that by interrupting their transformation and everything. And then Goku talks to 17, basically telling him, hey, let them power up. We want to see their full power. They were in the mid transformation. You shouldn't, interrupt them like that. And then, Toppo had to step in and say something. I kind of thought that Goku was going to smack him, but he didn't. Which is why I felt like the first half of this episode was a freaking joke. So Toppo is talking about justice, and he's all about poses and everything. He's barking at 17 as well. And 17 is just looking at them like, whatever. Okay. Fine. So they continue the transformation or whatever, and once they finish, they start shooting these heart attacks at the Warriors or whatever, and they cover the entire stage. And some of the Warriors are being affected by love and everything, but then you have Warriors like Gohan, Piccolo, Frieza, and all of them that's not being affected. Frieza is just standing there a badass and just just fanning the hearts and everything away, because he's evil, so he's not about love and everything. So I thought that was a really cool scene. And then we have Vegeta versus Brienne. Dude, all right, so this is one of the scenes where they actually used the animation from the intro, which I didn't have a problem with. So they're fighting and everything, and they seem pretty evenly matched. Vegeta took note of that, and he was saying, "Oh, well, that transformation wasn't just for show." As you know, like in Dragon Ball Super, whenever someone's transformed, you should know that the transformation isn't just for show. Like it's always a explanation behind the transformation. Like when Frieza first transformed into the skinny form back in Dragon Ball Z and the Namek Saga, Krillin thought that he was weaker. He looks weak because he was slim and everything, and Piccolo was just telling him, "Hey, you know better than to judge someone's power by the look of their form." So I thought that was really cool that Vegeta mentioned that. And then Rivian shoots a blast at him, and then Vegeta like dodges it and everything. And then she does like this little ball. It kind of reminded me of Tupper back in the last episode when he did it. So I really wasn't excited about that. But yeah, like she was coming at Vegeta, and then Vegeta went for the punch, but his instincts kicked in, and he moved out of the way. And I really thought that was funny. I thought that scene was pretty hilarious, that he moved out of the way. I guess because of how she looked. I don't know, like, but it was funny. And then so she's like in the ball, like just charging, and then we see Piccolo with the Universe 10 warrior, and she knocks him out. So now Universe 10 is down to 3 warriors. And let me just say this about Universe 10, dude. Universe 10 has had some pretty weak warriors, dude. Like, they're pretty fodder. They're a bunch of jabronis. So I'm calling it now. Universe 10 is probably going to be the next one to get eliminated and erased. If you agree with me or whatever, just leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below and tell me what you think about Universe 10, because I really think they're jabronis at this point. Their warriors are weak. So it's... I don't think there's any hope for them. So, I mean, Gowasu is my dude, but I feel bad for him because he's about to get erased. So, and then we cut to Goku versus Rosie, and then we cut back over to the God of the Destruction of Universe 2, basically explaining Rosie's abilities and powers and everything. So she's throwing punches at Goku, and Goku is like just casually blocking them, and then she gets faster, and Goku's like getting faster at blocking them or whatever. And Krillin asks, "Is Goku getting pushed back?" Which I didn't really think he was getting pushed back. And she her fists light up, so Goku jumped back, and then she starts like shooting blasts just from like swinging. Throwing punches. She just starts shooting blasts. So Goku is like blocking him, and then he gets to the last energy blast, which stopped like right in the front of his fist, and then it just hits him in the face. I'm not gonna say it really like injured him, because it didn't. It may have stung a little bit, but that I don't know. I really thought that it was okay. It wasn't like the best like technique like ever, but it was pretty decent. So as they're doing that, the God of Destruction from Universe 2 is still gloating and talking about the powers and everything. And then we go to 17 versus Kakunsu. This was the highlight of the episode, guys. Like, this was like the best part of the episode, with 17 fighting her. So she's like the Catwoman of Universe 2, and I thought she was leagues ahead of the Catwoman from Universe 9. Easily better. So she's coming at 17, and he's like dodging it like it's nothing and everything. He throws a kick, and then she dodges it, and it seems like she's getting the upper hand on him, but he was just like playing around with her and everything. And then he blocks her with the shield, and then the shield lights up, and then he starts like twirling her around, and then he throws her off. But Biko, the wing girl from Universe 2, saves her. So then she starts coming at 17. She hits him, and you see 18 coming to 17's aid, but he said that it was his fight, so he can do it by himself. And so Kankutsu and Vico is, basically like just celebrating. Well, not really celebrating. They was just like looking at each other, gazing at each other, thanking each other, and talking about the whole love thing. And 17 ended up getting serious, so he starts like going ham, dude. Like he took out the wing warrior, and then he goes for Kankutsu. So he's going after her now, and like he's just like giving her the business. Like, his speed is incredible, dude. Like he was really holding back, and then he jumps up, and then it's like this huge light, and I forgot who made note of it, but they was like, can he do that? And then Grand Priest was stating that he can do that, so he used the light attack, and he had like a beam in his hand also, and then Kunkunsu charges at him or whatever, but 17 stops him, and stops her, and then he basically like blasted her and everything, and then knocks her off, and eliminates her. So that's 2 eliminations for 17, and then you have Ribrianne, and she notices it, and then she's like getting all like pissed off and angry and everything that 17 eliminated them, and now her love is turning into hate. And I'm to be honest, I thought like that this episode was gonna end with Universe 2 getting eliminated, but then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, they're probably not gonna eliminate all of the Universe 2 warriors in this episode, so it's gonna be another part to this episode with them fighting and everything. But now Ribrianne is in a rage because 17 eliminated Vico and Kunkunsu. So I'm just curious to see her rage, her love turn into rage. So I want to see if that's gonna like cause her to become corrupt, or are they gonna like show their true nature? Because I really don't think that those warriors are just about love. I feel like it's just a show, just to cover up their true intentions. So I guess we're gonna have to like wait and see. But yeah, overall, like the first half of this episode was okay. I didn't really, like it. The first half of this episode, like it was pretty boring, calm, relaxed. It wasn't exciting. I keep saying this till this day, and maybe, it's going to be a better episode, but episode 98 was the best one by far. So, I mean, I don't know, but the second half of the episode was pretty good. I love the action with 17. I love that. Oh, I forgot to mention that Goku did notice that 17 was holding back. He was like, you were holding back. But yeah, so if that's all that 17 has, I really don't think that he can beat Goku with just that. Because Goku got a lot of power, and I'm not trying to sound like a Goku fanboy, which I am a Goku fan, but Goku has a lot of power saved up. So if that's all that 17 has, then yeah, he definitely not beating Goku. But still, this episode, like I was saying before, was pretty chill. The 17 action was pretty good. And next week's episode is going to be freaking lit with Gohan taking out the remainder of Universe 10 Warriors. So if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below and let me know what you think, guys. Peace.